felt Spags and Andy Reid had great days. I didn't think Brady and McDermott had necessarily great days. Or am I off there?
Well, I was really disappointed in the short yardage and goal line plan, the 2-point plan. I was really disappointed in that. But I would put more blame on, first of all, I don't think the Buffalo Bills defense is very good. I don't think they showed up. Like, if they want to complain for a reason, like why they didn't win the game, they didn't play well. I thought the defensive calls were fine. I think they need to play better in the back end, and that's just a fact. But other than that, I would say the guys around Josh Allen need to step up the way the guys around Patrick Mahomes stepped up. I mean, that Xavier Worthy catch.
Yeah.
I mean, it really, first of all, could have been a sack. He could have knocked him out of field goal range. Then he throws it up, and it could have been an interception. Except what? Except a guy on Patrick Mahomes' team went above and beyond and made a play that was a difference-making play for his team. Now it's 1st and goal from the 3-yard line after that play. On the flip side, I just don't think the guys around Josh Allen made those plays. You mentioned the drop at the end of the game. Yes, was it a great call by Steve Spagnuolo? Yes, it was. Did Josh Allen do something heroic and give his guys a chance to be in field goal range and send it to overtime? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And again, like, I just think the people around these star quarterbacks stepping up or not stepping up has been the difference. And quite honestly, the biggest thing for me, I mentioned it, Buffalo's defense. They did not play well enough to deserve to be in the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
Wow. Thank you, Travis O'Shea, for sending me this link. I skipped this because I was recording all the clips that I could and then jumping to first things first. And so I skipped this clip. So thank you so much for putting this out to me. This is literally exactly what I had been saying. This is literally, and I said this in the comment section before on Sunday night. I said this in all my videos before this clip was even recorded yet, because I posted it. Colin goes on at 12 or 9, depending on where you are. And, that's exactly what I said. And then when I did the first things first clip, I echoed that again. Because Nick Wright had the audacity to say, oh, Patrick Mahomes would have made a better play than what Josh Allen did. Okay, sure. It's like everyone can see it, except for just really biased people. I mean, are you going to say Hasselbeck is biased? You going to say Matt Hasselbeck is a clown and doesn't know anything? Oh, yeah, how many Super Bowls did he win? I always love when fans come out and try to be like, oh, what does Matt Hasselbeck know? I don't know. Maybe he was literally a starting quarterback in the NFL for years, a Pro Bowler. Like, I know, you know more than Matt Hasselbeck. I know, you know more. I know. I get it. You know more about a quarterback when evaluating literal quarterback play. I know. It's just as clear as day. It's the most obvious thing. What did I say this whole season when talking about last year, how the Buffalo Bills lost? I said the Buffalo Bills fail Josh Allen. And then when talking about this year, I said the Buffalo Bills fail Josh Allen. That's why they lose. And then what happened in the playoffs against the Kansas City Chiefs? The Buffalo Bills failed Josh Allen. That defense, the 5th worst in the NFL. The 5th worst in the NFL. Joe Burrow had technically a better defense than the Buffalo Bills. Couldn't make the playoffs. Josh Allen led that team to the 2 seed. Someone said in the comment section, oh, what else does Josh Allen need? I thought his O-line was the best. Really? Well, Josh Allen was pressured 16 times. Josh Allen 16 times. Patrick Mahomes only 10. Guys, that's massive, by the way. These are huge differences. Huge differences. Especially when you're talking about going up against a team that's as good as the Kansas City Chiefs. Josh Allen having to go up against the Chiefs who have the 2nd best defense in the NFL. Josh Allen's doing everything. He literally was a hero in that final play. Throwing the ball, not even just for the first down, but right at the field goal mark, where the expected field goal attempt line. And Kincaid just drops it. It's just so obvious and clear what the problem is. And that's why, I'm reading the comments last night after that game. And you got all the trolls out there, the Patrick Mahomes fanboys. Oh, yeah, it's proof that Josh Allen's not that good. He's a bum. And then again, you have Nick Wright. When they were talking about that play, Nick Wright literally says, if that was Patrick Mahomes, I think he would have made a better play. And Brew, for good call, Brew called him out. And was like, Patrick Mahomes throws a lot of risky throws. The throw to Xavier Worthy was in double coverage. Could have legitimately been intercepted. No doubt about it. There was actually debate about it. But Xavier Worthy comes down with a catch. Kincaid, who has an even easier catch, can't. That immediately puts them in field goal range. And the clock, depending on when they call the timeout, it would have been like 1:30 or, I think it was like 1:33 or something when it officially changed. Whatever it was. Or 1:40, something, doesn't matter. They were in field goal range, and then they would have been able to potentially score a touchdown and leave no time on the clock. And then everyone would have talked about Josh Allen being a hero and Patrick Mahomes fumbled the ball. It's a difference between Kincaid catching the ball and not. Yeah. You have the best quarterback in the NFL. And you can't make plays around him. And the team that you're chasing, the quarterback that you're chasing, the franchise that you're chasing, the coaching staff that you're chasing, they make the plays. They play ready. They don't make those mistakes. Josh Allen has to be Superman as plan A. Patrick Mahomes has to be Superman as plan B or plan C or plan D. And again, all the credit in the world for Patrick Mahomes to be able to make it happen. All the credit in the world. But what is this play calling on all these short yard plays? I mean, and it's just so funny that anyone who actually knows football says this. Matt Hasselbeck, Dan Orlovsky, ex-coaches. Anyone who actually knows ball knows it. But except for random people who, I guess, never played sports at all, who are either on TV or wherever, or in the comment section, whatever it is, they make up their own little random narrative that is just so far from reality. You want to talk about being in an echo chamber? It's wild to me. It's wild to me that people can't see the reality of the situation. We're not trying to look at the Matrix. This isn't the red pill or the blue pill, man. This is literally kindergarten. What letter is this? B. Very good. What comes after 3? 4. 1, 2, 3. And yet we want to complicate it and just make stuff up to fit our own nonsense narratives. And I've been fighting up against it for months. And again, that's why what's so funny. That's why I love seeing a clip like this. And I highlighted a clip before already of Dan Orlovsky and of Matt Hasselbeck and plenty of other people, Marcellus Wiley. I mean, I can go on and on and on. And it's so funny to me when people say, you're a clown, you're dumb, you have no idea what you're talking about. And then it's but I have the same views as quarterbacks who are in the NFL or Hall of Fame coaches or Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, Super Bowl winning coaches. Huh? I have the same opinion as Tom Brady, and you tell me that I'm a clown, I don't know what I'm talking about? Then you're literally saying that Tom Brady is a clown and doesn't know what he's talking about. Imagine saying that that's the world we live in. That you could look at Tom Brady and say, you're a clown, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, it's crazy. Thank you for sending me this clip. Mr. Travis O'Shea, thank you so kindly. Sometimes when you just get hit with so much nonsense. This is actually how I discovered YouTube and podcasts. It was when things were getting a little crazy years and years and years ago. And I was just like, I feel like I'm surrounded by insanity. Something that actually a lot of people who watch me would agree with me, by the way. They would be like, yeah, I'm with you on that one. And I was like, oh, things are getting weird, man. And so I listened to podcasts and YouTube channels, and I had to like be around other people who I'm like, oh, okay. They're saying what I'm thinking. And it made me feel good. It was like, oh, okay, good. This guy who's brilliant, who's smart, who's living an awesome life. Like, I have similar opinions to him. I know I'm on the right track. I know he doesn't have all the right answers. Maybe I don't have the right answers, but I know I'm on track. And it's actually how I also discovered Colin Cowherd. Because again, right or wrong, I'm kind of like, okay, his logic makes sense. Or okay, he sees the world, more similar to how I see it. A lot different than like the Stephen A's of the world. Because I'm just like, what is this? Why are you yelling at me? Like, what? Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. I'm like, it's like looking into the sun. I'm like, what are you even saying right now? You just brought up LeBron James talking about Tom Brady. Like, what? Tiger Woods? Like, what? We're talking about the divisional round for the, for what? The Eagles versus the Falcons. Like, what are you even saying? And like, that's what takes like this are. Because this word gets too overused, unfortunately, but also because it just is used all the time, being gaslit. And this isn't necessarily gaslit, but it's the same effect. It's a cognitive dissonance. Because you have a very vocal minority speaking in ways that make them appear to be an authority. A vocal minority pretending to be an authority. And they're not. And they're not. And again, I come from a very specific background where you got to cite your sources. You got to have, you got to have the resources. And that's why I love stuff like this. Because then if someone wants to come at me and be like, oh, you have no idea what you're talking about. And it's like, okay. So again, Tom Brady, Mark Sanchez, Matt Hasselbeck, Dan Orlovsky. I mean, like, yeah, they all don't know what they're talking about. And again, I'm the first one to say that ex-players, aren't automatically know everything. Right? Then it would just be nothing but ex-players and coaches. And I think ex-players and coaches can get a lot of things wrong. But you'll never hear me say something about any of these guys and just say, he has no idea what he's talking about. I could say, I actually disagree a little bit. I understand what he's saying. I just see it a little bit differently. Like, it's different. It's different. I'll say that about someone who never played a sport in day in their life for sure. Because I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. This is just fundamentally wrong. But if I have a different view as, say, Matt Hasselbeck or, some other player some other person who clearly has way more experience and knowledge than me, I go, I got to think about that. I got to think about where am I wrong. That's actually the first thing I do. I try to find where I'm wrong, where I could be mistaken. And if I still believe I'm right, I try to figure out how did they get there. I go, I think they're looking at it slightly differently. Actually, I think they're probably looking at it too much through a player's lens or too much through an ex-coach's lens. Or you know what? I think they're probably I think they're just trying to do a little bit of TV stuff right now. I don't know if they really buy. I try to find the reason. Try to make sense of it. I encourage y'all to do the same. I really do. It's a better way to live. I'm not acting like I live the right way. I live the wrong way pretty much every single day. I make questionable decisions all day, every day. But I am incredibly grateful how my mind can work with some of these things. I really am. I really am. Because the inability to get to the truth of a reality horrifies me. Because I've had moments in my life where I couldn't actually figure out reality. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. If you know, you know. And it's like, uh-oh. Strap in. It's going to be a bumpy 12 hours, man. And it's scary. So I know wholeheartedly what it's like. Wholeheartedly. And if you said, you know, we always want to play this game, oh, if you had any superpowers, what would it be? And I always think, what would be a realistic thing? It would be to be smarter. I want to be even smarter than I am, because I don't think I'm some super genius by no means. No means. I never try to come up here to be like, oh, I'm so smart. I know everything. You know nothing. But when it comes to these types of things, it does fundamentally drive me a little bit mad. It really does. It really does. Especially when we have people empowering the wrong, just the clearly wrong view. And it's not an opinion. Like some of these things aren't opinions. Yeah, it's an absolute opinion. Who's better, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Peyton Manning, or Aaron Rodgers? That's an opinion for sure. Pointing out that the play calling was bad, pointing out that the players don't step up and make plays around Josh, like, that's not an opinion. It's just a literal fact. And this is what's so funny. Because Kansas City Chiefs fans would come at me for this and say, aha, they lost. That's proof, you know, Patrick Mahomes is better. And the funny thing is that if Josh Allen won that game, I would have never said, aha, that's proof. Josh Allen is better than Patrick Mahomes. I wouldn't have said that at all. I wouldn't say that at all. And it's funny because I missed this one. I wish I didn't. I should have said it 15 minutes earlier. My take about Lamar Jackson was that he fumbled the ball through the interception and all that. And I said, but then he was then leading them back to tie the game. And his players failed him. He made some mistakes early on in the game, and then his players failed him. He wasn't given that opportunity. And I said, we've seen Peyton Manning, definitely not Josh Allen, Peyton Manning, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, etc., make those mistakes early on in the game, but then their players around them step up. They're able to be the hero. That's exactly what this game showed us. Because then I even said that if because everyone said, oh, well, the Baltimore Ravens, even if they tied, Josh Allen would have the ball back. And I said, well, it would be up to the defense then. It's two sides of the ball. It's up to the Baltimore Ravens defense then to slow down Josh Allen and force overtime. What happened in this game? Patrick Mahomes fumbled the ball. I'm pretty sure it led to points, and if it didn't, then again, kudos to that defense. And then what happened? Josh Allen had a chance to drive, and what happened? The defense stepped up, and the players around him failed. Just can't get any more perfect than that. And just like if the Kansas City Chiefs lost, I wouldn't have said, oh, Patrick Mahomes fumbled, that's why they lost. That's the benefit you have when you're consistent. When you're consistent, it's because you try to find the reality of a situation. It's like when you lie. It's hard to keep track of all the lies. It's just easier to tell the truth. And I see a lot of people fighting, like big people, popular people, who are like, oh, yeah, keep that same energy about Lamar. Yeah, we'll keep that same energy about Josh Allen. Oh, well, you say this about Lamar, but you don't say this about Josh Allen. Oh, you say this about Mahomes, but you don't say this about Dak. I'm as consistent as they come. I didn't blame Lamar Jackson for the loss. I didn't blame Josh Allen for this loss. I didn't say that Josh Allen beating Lamar against the Ravens was proof that Josh Allen's better than Lamar. I've been saying that about every time, Lamar goes up against Joe Burrow. Mahomes goes up against when Josh Allen beat Mahomes in the regular season, I didn't say that's proof he's better. I maybe said that Josh Allen had a better game or something. Funny stuff. Thank you, Travis O'Shea. Thank you. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen? How do you think they'll get over this hump? Who do you blame? Are you on team Matt Hasselbeck? Are you team whatever? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.